Perfect.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Reaction Therapy. I am Tom Stevens, your resident psychotherapist, here to break down the lyrics to some awesome music. And can you tell I'm getting ready? Because today I'm not sure I'm ready for this. It is going to be Dax, and it's going to be Dear God. We've done alcohol. We're getting into God. There's so many things I get nervous for with Dax. Number one, because of how he raps, and number two, because of how intense the entire song is. There's no break. There's no melody. There's no tune. We just go hardcore at it nonstop. I've loved reacting to Dax and appreciate the art he performs and hope to talk to him one day about that. But until then, thank you for helping us make this reaction happen. Everybody at Reaction Therapy, we really appreciate you. And remember, we're trying to bring the complete awareness to mental health, and this has got to be part of it, to the world through music and lyrics, and we can't wait. Don't forget to check the links in the bio to our Patreon page, the merch, the Discord server we have. But without further ado, let's do this. I'm ready. I'm just ready. I'm just going to do this. Let's go. Dax, Dear God. Yes, I do. Oh, man. Dude. Oh, man. He's going hardcore. He's going back to the day. This is like the days of Jesus. Getting whipped, floggings.
Sometimes it gets hard. My name's Dax.
Oh, he is for real. This is like Passion of the Christ, going out Mel Gibson style. Like just putting the reality, the eyeball closed. He's been beaten. He's got the thorns on his head with his hair the way it is. Like oh, wow. Believer, but sometimes hard. It is hard. I'm not gonna lie, like it is hard. And especially a bunch of imperfect people in the world. We all make mistakes. We all mess up. We all have hard days, but I don't even know what his message is. Just like a letter to God, I feel like. I don't even know what it's about to say, but here we go.
Dear God, there's a lot of questions that I have about the past, and I don't want to hear it from a human. You made it, so you're the last person that I'm ever gonna ask. Tell me what's real, tell me what's fake. Why is everything about you a debate? What's the point of love? Every time I showed it I was broken, and it's forced me just to only want to hate. Why is there only one you but multiple religions? Why?
He does. And this is a little bit slower than the others probably, but he just has so much packed in. I could sit here for 30 minutes talking about this song. And one of the first things I loved about it was he's like, I'm going to go straight to you. Like, forget the humans. I don't want to talk to the humans about it. I want to talk to you about it. And I'm going to expect to hear back from you. And he just pours it out. Like, what's the story? Like, why does everything have to be a debate? Like, why do we have to discuss? Go read the book of Job. I always say it about the Bible. If you want a really good story just about what the Bible is, it is that conversation between Job and God. And it ends up being a fight and just this back and forth confrontation. And he's putting down what's really going on in his life. I can't profess that I can keep up with all of this. I've got the lyrics here in front of me, hopefully to be able to keep up with some of it. But all I know for sure is he's putting out there what a lot of people think. And the thing I appreciate the most with all the teenagers I've worked with in church is it's good to question. It's good to have debate. It's good to put yourself out there and not just blindly believe something without asking questions. Like if you're not sure, ask. If you don't believe, say it. Put it out there. It's okay.
Time I showed it I was broken, and it's forced me just to only want to hate. Why is there only one you but multiple religions? Why does every conversation end in a division? Why does everybody want to tell us how to live, but they won't listen to the same damn message that they give it? Tell me how to feel, tell me what's wrong. I tried to call, pick up the phone, I'm on my own. Everybody said you coming back to man, why the hell's it taking so long? Why do I hurt? Why is there pain? Why does everything good always have to change?
hear all the why messages we have in life of like, how come it can't be easier? How come I can't have relief? How come if I feel like I'm just living a good life, can't I be rewarded for that? And we ask this over and over. But of course, he's carrying the cross, which is the same thing Jesus did here on earth as a human being, like completely broken. And he's carrying the cross, realizing that's what we're here for, is to be accountable for who we are and not to be God ourselves. We aren't the ones that created this universe. So here, Tom preaching, right? But the reality for my life, I'm not God. I'm not the one here that's the Almighty. I'm not the all-knowing one. And I know one thing's for sure. I'm here to love God with all my heart and soul, and I'm here to love people. And that's the most major thing. And in life, if I can love other people and appreciate other people, I don't have to agree with everybody. I don't have to live the same way as everybody. But I can sure love and appreciate other people, which is what I try to do. And I think he's trying to do. But he's putting the honest questions out there of why. But whenever we ask the whys, it's like, I want it different. I don't want to play by the same rules. And the reality was he sent his own son, flesh and flesh, right here to earth for us to die under extreme scrutiny and punishment and just horrific circumstance for doing nothing, honestly, so that we don't have to worry about it. But the price is we have to believe, we have to have faith, and we have to put ourselves out there. And I love the questions he's asking because every day I think some of us or all of us have some of these questions.
Taking so long, why do I hurt? Why is there pain? Why does everything good always have to change? Why does everybody try to profit off another man's work then destroy it just for monetary gain? Tell me, are you black or are you white? I don't even really care, I just really want to know what's right. They've been saying one thing, but I've been looking in the book and it seems like they...
Tell me, are you black or are you white? I think there's a reason we don't know that. I think there's a reason that doesn't matter. And I loved earlier, I missed that part. It just skipped through my head when he said, I feel like it was something about people like to tell you how to live, but they may not live that way themselves. And it happens all the time. I could say it in my office. Like I could tell you how to live, what you're supposed to do, how to deal with trauma, how to deal with addiction, anxiety, depression, how to be a good husband, how to be a good parent. But if you see me at a restaurant and I'm not being nice to my wife or my children or friends or people, then that's not right. So I try to be the same person I talk about. And I think that's the main message here is, are we being the people we're supposed to be? Not what do we deserve or why does this happen to me, but am I being the best I can be? And can I keep putting one foot in front of the other doing that?
I don't even really care, I just really want to know what's right. They've been saying one thing, but I've been looking in the book and it seems like they've been lying for my whole damn life. Tell me where I'm going. Is it heaven or hell? I just hope this message greets you well. Had a dream that I was walking with the devil. Don't remember how it feels, but I swear that I remember the smell. Looked me right into my eye and told me everything I wanted could be mine if I gave up and decided to sell. But I said I'd rather die than get mine. Now I'm here, no fear, one man with a story to tell.
Story to tell. All of us have had, well, I say all of us, most of us have had kind of that conversation with the devil, the evil one that is tempting. We think of the devil as a terrible person or being, but honestly, comes through temptation just as much, through the things that we think we deserve, the things we want to have, the enticingness of money, of fame, of things, of people, of sex, of drugs, of drinking, of whatever comes to us, through even rewarding of status in life, of friendship, at your company, wherever. And that temptation leads us to sell ourselves out. And it leads us to want kind of those fleshly things, those things we want. And man, I know this sounds like church, but he is putting it out there with the way this video is and with the questions that he's got, which I can't even cover all these lyrics. It would take me 2 hours to break this down because they're all so valuable. And he's saying, look, please just tell me where I'm going. And I hope this message greets you well. Like, I don't mean any ill harm, but I'm carrying a dang cross here. I'm suffering. I'm struggling. This is hard on earth. Please reach out to me. Please send me a message. But I said I'd rather die than get mine now. I'm here, no fear, one man with a story to tell. He's got a story to tell, and he's telling the story.
feels, but I swear that I remember the smell. Looked me right into my eye and told me everything I wanted could be mine if I gave up and decided to sell. But I said I'd rather die than get mine. Now I'm here, no fear, one man with a story to tell. Dear God, where were you when I needed it? When I fucked up and repeated it? When they set the bar and I exceeded it? My life is like a book that they've been judging by a cover, but have never took the time to fucking read the shit. I remember telling you my goals and my dreams, but you didn't even answer, so I guess you didn't believe in it. I remember sitting with a gun to my head trying to ask you for some help, but I guess you didn't believe it.
Oh my heavens. Wow. That was hard. Like the times that we feel like we've reached out and gotten nothing back, which means God doesn't care, right? I mean, that's how it feels, even though that's not completely true. When we reach out, that it's the same for parents and children, right? You know, sometimes children need or want help, and the parents are, you know, I always give the message to parents: don't do for your child what your child can do for themselves, whether it's tying their shoes, whether it's getting gas in their car as a teenager, whether it's, you know, carrying their backpack to school, whatever. Like, it doesn't mean be mean to them. It's just let them be able to live in life what they can do. Give them pride in what they can do so that they can take care of themselves in the right way. If they can't do it, help them. But if they can, then let them do it and let them struggle sometimes. And that's the point here of like, man, I had a gun to my head and you weren't there, so I guess it doesn't really matter to you. And then bam, this big... This is, man, I see why y'all wanted me to listen to this, because this describes the darkness we live in and the desperation I think we go to of like, what's the point? You know, what is the point? I just need saving. I need rescuing. I need to see. And I think the reality is if we all saw God, and if God was here to lift us up and say, you're great, you're good, you're going to heaven, it's all good, we'd all settle. And it's just like winning the lottery, right? All of a sudden I'm rich now, I'm fine, I got everything. And then how many lottery winners do you see that are broke a couple years later because they've wasted everything they had because they didn't know how to manage it and be good stewards of that money? It's the same thing as a relationship. How many of you want desperately to know your relationship? You're dating somebody and you want to, you know, get married or you want to settle down, and all of a sudden once you do, you take it for granted. And then that relationship starts to die. And he is giving the very things in life that so many people feel. And I love seeing this. I could listen to this over and over and probably learn something new each time because of the lyrics that are in there. Wow, I want to hear this thing again.
But I've never took the time to fucking read the shit. I remember telling you my goals and my dreams, but you didn't even answer, so I guess you didn't believe in it. I remember sitting with a gun to my head trying to ask you for some help, but I guess you didn't believe it. I don't want religion, I need that spirituality. I don't want a church, I need people to call a family. I don't want to tell my sins to another sinner just because he's got a robe and you went to some academy. I don't want to read it in the book, I want to hear it from you. Don't want to learn it in my school because they hiding the truth. Don't want to talk about it to another fucking human being, and that's the only reason that I even stepped in this booth.
He's saying a lot of the things I say in my own head. I want to be able to have a conversation with you. I want to be able to have a back and forth with you. But sometimes I get scared because we're such flawed human beings. We mess up every day. The way we talk, the way we act, the way we think, with the way we do, all of it. And I think it would be utterly embarrassing to sit with God and just say, okay, tell me how you're living. Show me how you're living. And he wants that direct connection. He's saying, I want this relationship with you. I don't want to be doing this with people, but I want people here that are like my family. I don't want people to hear that I'm here to report to. And I believe in that. Like, I want family here, just like reaction therapy. I want people to come together. I don't need a human being to be my ultimate authority. I want you, God. And he just keeps clamoring for that. Only reason I've even stepped into this booth to do this recording, to put these words out there in this music.
They hiding the truth, don't want to talk about it to another fucking human being, and that's the only reason that I even stepped in this booth. Dear God, how do I take this darkness and turn it into light? How do I believe in the concept where I speak to a man I've never seen with my own two eyes? How do I know that religion wasn't made just to separate the world and create a whole sky just to keep us in these chains while the rich get richer and the poor pray to you and perpetuate a lie? How do I know this ain't some big joke? How can I have faith when there is no hope? How the hell does one man have $100 billion and we still have people on the street that are broke? There's
all the great questions. They're all the great questions. And some of them are, I don't know. I literally don't know. There isn't an answer for some of these. And that's what creates so much divide so much of the time. I cannot wait to see the ending of this, of how he wraps this up, because he's putting all these real life scenarios into the pain and the torturing of Jesus, which is putting him out there. But it's the suffering that we go through on earth. This is what happens. We suffer day to day.
Made just to separate the world and create a whole sky just to keep us in these chains while the rich get richer and the poor pray to you and perpetuate a lie. How do I know this ain't some big joke? How can I have faith when there is no hope? How the hell does one man have $100 billion and we still have people on the street that are broke? There's a lot of things I want to talk about and get off my chest. I can't sleep because the devil won't let me rest. I used to know a fucking pastor in a church and I can still hear the screams of the kids he will fucking molest. Supposed to fear you, but you ain't said shit, so maybe it's you who actually fears me. I don't know the answer, I just want to see it clearly. So many lies, 1,000 different theories. All I want to know is who really made religion, because I know it wasn't you, but don't nobody believe me. No more lies, no more death.
Wow. He is slightly an extremist here. I wonder what people think of Dax, if it's on one side or the other with him, as far as like opinion and judgment, because he's putting religion, Christianity, faith. He's putting all this, God. He's putting everything out there for people to debate, discuss, and well, it's there. There's a lot of different stories out there. There's a lot of different perspectives. There's a lot of different religions, belief systems, and I think he's just giving his own perspective of what he thinks is real, not real, or how things should be that they're not.
Really made religion because I know it wasn't you, but don't nobody believe me. No more lies, no more death. Bring back King, bring back X. Please, dear God, let their souls rest. Protect who's left and watch their steps. Dear.
Yeah, he's really bring back the people to help us like keep doing what we're doing. Like, why is there so much suffering? And I have those questions too. Why do bad things happen to good people, and why do good things happen to bad people? And so, oh man, and I sit in my office every day with people in life. Just forget faith for a minute, like relationships, jobs, money, emotional well-being, like mental health. People ask questions, why do I struggle with this? Why do I have to go through this? Why does this have to be my deficit? Why is this my... Times it's like, I don't know. All I know is what we know for sure is if we don't try, if we give up, if we quit, we know what's going to happen. We know how bad it's going to get. If we keep trying, we might find hope, possibility, in a way to spread a message to someone else that there is hope and there is possibility. And maybe, like with my faith, I know what I believe because of the life I've lived, like what I've been through in life, the suffering I've had, the redemption I've had, the fruits of life that I can appreciate. Plenty of horrible in my life, but the one thing that stood strong is my faith. Not always, today. Stand strong, my faith, because it is one of the biggest things that gets me through every single day, is knowing and appreciating my relationship with God. And that's just me. And I feel like it makes me a better person. So that's how I live. But he has his own relationship with God, and I don't think he's forcing it on anybody. I think he's just saying, I'm going to have a conversation with God right here, whether he answers or not. I'm going to let everybody else listen to this.
Please, dear God, let their souls rest. Protect who's left and watch their steps. Dear God, I don't want to have to ask you again. I just hope that you know that I'm still a believer, so I'll end this all by saying amen.
There it is, Dax. Dear God, nothing left on the table after that. He pretty much cleaned it up. I mean, he put everything out there. And look at the ending. Just going to end it with amen. It's Dax. Like it's a letter to him, the conversation that he had. And remember, this is his point of view. That's why I love it, because it gives you the chance to give comments and feedback and let us know what you think as well. Not about the topic all the time, but what you think about the message and how he's putting it out there for at least people to think about and talk about, because we've all struggled, suffered, or been through things in our lives that have been really hard. And I know how hard it is sometimes to live life faithless, because that can be difficult. But he is putting his anger, frustration, and his real feelings out there on paper and in music, which is cool. Remember, this isn't real therapy, just Tom breaking down lyrics to a really long reaction today. And I want you to get help. So if you do, check the links in our description. There are resources there that might be able to help you. You deserve that. And everybody does. Thank you so much for being here. Check the links to our Patreon page, the merch we have, the Discord server we have, and everything else Reaction Therapy, because we are loving it. And Nick and I, thank you for being here every single day. And I can't wait to see you on the next Reaction Therapy.